Hi everyone. We are here with another Career Pathways. We have Fumika Evans, who's here to tell us about administrative assistant, a career in administrative assistant work. Fumika, do you mind just introducing yourself a little bit?
My name is Fumika Evans, and I work for community care as an administrative assistant slash trainer slash customer service.
Okay.
So I can say I have many multitasking abilities, and I've been for 11 years doing that field of work.
Okay. Um, so was this a career that you thought about doing before?
No, actually, I didn't. I applied for customer service for Aurora, and they had a job opening for administrative assistant working in the occupational health department. And I applied, and that's where they placed me at. So I ended up getting into the field of administrative assistant through Aurora.
Okay.
And
And so what were you doing previously prior to this
I
job?
worked in telecommunications department for a children's hospital.
Okay.
So I did that for 9 years.
Okay. All right. So long lasting careers.
Yes, as an operator, yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about what is it that you do as an administrative assistant?
I greet people as they come in. I assist all of the CEO and the vice president of our company. I am also help train new employees when they come in. And part-time, I will work also as a customer service rep in the call center department in the evening time.
Okay. So what are some of the characteristics do you believe a person may need to do well in this job?
I think that in order to do any kind of work, because there's customer service and everything, and an administrative assistant, you have to be able to lead, which is be able to listen, be able to empathize with people when they're coming with problems, and being able to apologize even though you didn't do anything wrong, and being able to do something about it to satisfy them.
That is very right, because I worked as an administrative assistant before too, and so those are definitely qualities that I guess a lot of people don't think of when they think of that type of position.
Most definitely.
So let's see. What So besides characteristics, was there a certain education that you needed in order to get this role, or training?
Just a high school diploma, and basically, and the knowledge of being able to type, being able to be computer literate, and that's basically it.
Okay. All right. So can you describe the work environment that you work in?
It's kind of our company is small, so it's kind of like family orientated. I work with maybe 4 other assistants, but they're in different departments. So we cover for one another for our lunch breaks and duties when other people have other things that they might need to do that is going to take them away from the door, or being able to assist other people in their department. So we kind of swap jobs every now and then. But our environment is kind of small. It's at a front desk, behind a wall now that COVID is kind of up a clear glass. And I have a buzzer on the side where I buzz people in. And then I have other assignments that I do throughout, like scheduling and stuff like that, through the computer.
Okay. So I know in the beginning that you stated that a lot of times you're working with, you're kind of like the face of the company, and you stated that you may have to apologize for things that you didn't do. What are some challenges in the role other than that?
Being able to be pushed with multi things to do, extra tasks on top of the tasks that you already have to do. Like when I say you have to assist if one of the other people are not there to help you because they're out sick, then you're taking on their load of work as well as your own work that you have to do for other staff members that have you either scheduling or typing up memos or other items like that.
Okay, and so the other administrative assistants at your organization, are they doing, like you said, they're in different departments? What
Yes.
departments are those?
Quality and insurance.
Okay.
We have clinical services. Those are two of the other two that are there in our department. Well, not in our department. And then we have the one, which is me, customer service. So I'm in the front, and then quality and assurance is across from me, and then clinical service is down the hall from me. And then we have compliance. We have administrative assistants in the compliance department, where if you have any complaints, or the member rights department, then she's there to assist you.
Okay. So the organization that you work for, you said, is Community Cares. What do they do there?
We help the elderly and disabled.
Okay. And help them do what?
It's like an adult daycare center. So if you have a mom or an aunt and they're disabled, but they want to get out of the house, and they do like extra activities with them. We have CNAs that go out to their homes and check on them and help them when they're not able to actually get out. So that's basically what Community Care is. It's a nonprofit organization.
Okay. I don't know if you may know the answer to this, but you're kind of in one area of administrative assistant work, but could you talk a little bit about all the other different avenues that you can take with that job? You know what I mean? Because you could be an administrative assistant for like a doctor's office, or
Well, an administrative at a doctor's office, which was what I did for where I worked in occupational health. I did assisting as far as checking the patients in. I did the scheduling for them, and when the doctor was finished seeing them, he would bring me up their charts. So then I would fax off their paperwork, because we also did workman comp. So I would fax off their paperwork to the workman comp department, to their job, and then I would also assist with getting the patients ready and prepped up so that they could get back with the MAs, so the MAs could call them up and get them back and ready for the doctor.
so it sounds like you're juggling a lot of different things.
Oh yeah.
How do you keep that all straight of what you're doing? And
I don't know. I like the multitask. I'm a detail orientated kind of person, analytical to a certain point. So I try to function with having everything in a certain kind of order. And we also did travel, so we did a lot when I was at Aurora. So we checked patients in and got their shot records and things like that. So it was really nice. I mean, the doctor was awesome that I worked for. And it was a busy department though.
Great. Is there anything that have been a barrier towards you getting to where you are today?
A barrier? I don't know. I can't say I had a barrier. No, not that I know. I mean, I just worked really hard to. I started out in customer service, and I just gradually built my way up as far as going into administrative assistant, and which I do, and I love the company that I work for. So, no, I didn't have any barriers.
Anything that has surprised you that maybe you didn't think that you would be doing, or?
Yeah, I like training. I never thought that I would be a trainer for all new hires. If anything, it's pushed me
Mm-hmm.
to advance in more areas that I probably would have never ever ventured out to do.
So, what skills do you need as like a trainer, and how do you train people?
I train them on our policies and procedures,
And this for other administrative assistants too, or?
for this is my part time when I'm working part time for the customer service department. I'm training them to be able to know what community care is about as far as in that department of the call center, and getting them prepped up so that they, I'm making booklets for them. I am getting procedures and policies for them. I'm training them on each step of what they're supposed to do as far as when they would take a certain call at night, what they would need to do if there's a suicide emergency that they would have to do. So basically just being able to function and being able to handle calls that come through at nighttime.
Okay. So you said that you really enjoy your work. Do you start as an administrative assistant? Is there like ways that you can grow in the position, and what would that look like?
They give opportunities for you to go back to school and help out and grow in a different area if you choose. They give us after, I believe it's 6 months, if you choose to want to go outside of that department and be able to apply for other positions that they have offered to you first before they would apply to anyone outside of the company.
So what does schooling look like?
Schooling, I've never applied for it, but I know for sure they do offer that. And I believe if you pay for it, they'll reimburse you for it.
Okay.
Once you're passing all of your classes, and then you have that opportunity to be able to work for them in the position that you're getting if you're going into the health field.
Okay, so is that schooling for like administrative assistant, or?
Schooling for they have nurses that are there.
Okay, so
they have, yes.
Okay.
And then they have social work. You can do social work. And then they have administrative assistant, and then they have I think the business department, which is the compliance department. So it's like different areas, but it has to be in the health field.
Okay.
Because we also have therapists that are there as well.
So I know that you hear like the term administrative assistant, you hear front desk clerk, you hear what differentiates these different titles, if anything, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it depends on the company, because in our company, you go where you're needed. So administrative assistant, if you're needed as administrative assistant, you could be just considered to me as like an administrative clerk, which is right at the front desk, being able to assist people doing customer service, or you're being able to take in the back scene, but helping out, the vice president or anyone that's in the company that needs you to type up things for them or to get projects done for them. So to me, I think it's all the same.
Okay.
I don't see a difference in any of it, because the majority of it you're doing the same work.
Yeah. Let's see. What would be your biggest success so far?
I think being able to grow with the company and loving what I'm doing and helping people. being able to, let my work speak for me and enjoy the things that I do, as well as bring joy for our policy of helping our clients and succeeding in what we're doing to make a better community.
Yeah. Could you give me like an example of your day to day of the like things that you're doing at work, like from the beginning of your day to the end?
So the beginning of my day, when I come in, we have a call center, which is the nighttime call center. So we have call summaries because we log all of our calls. So when I'm coming in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I sit down, I open up my computer, I retrieve all the calls that came through, and then I'm putting them on a call summary, and I'm sending that out to everyone in the company. Then after that, they have me go to the mail room, and I have to get mail that is for staff and other departments and other sites, and I'm shipping out that mail and giving out to the administrators that have mail that have came in through our daily business and from our other sites. Then after that, then I come in and I come back to my desk, and then I open up my computer again, and now I'm scheduling. I go in and I put everyone that's going to be on call for a weekly schedule that we have, so that anyone that needs on-call assistant, those are the people that are going to be on call. We have a weekly and we have a weekend schedule. So I do both of those, and then I send that out to all of the companies. Then after that, I'm assisting with the front door. I am assisting with UPS or the postal service people that are coming in. And after that, then I'm usually typing up some memos that are given to me, or working on projects that have been given to me to do.
I've heard that you mentioned typing a number of times.
We do a lot.
Were you always a good typer?
I say I'm kind of average a little bit. I'm about 70 words a minute, but
okay,
it's not where I would like to be, but I think I'm pretty good.
Did you train to do some training with typing, or?
When I was younger, when you were in high school, we did typing, but I always, just try to rebuild my speed up by just, typing every day. And I think as you type every day, you get a little bit better.
You have any questions? We have a young man here that we asked to join.
What inspires you to choose your career?
What inspired me to choose my career? I guess after being able to actually experience the freedom, because administrative assistant has a sort of freedom. You're not tied down to just one duty. You have a lot of things to do, and you get to experience and you meet a lot of different people because they come from different companies, and you get to talk to a lot of different people. And who knows, sometimes people come in and they're looking for, they might like your personality, and as you get to talk to them and you get to meet them, then you're able, they're giving you their business cards, and hey, if I have an opening, you should try to come. And sometimes people try to steal you away from your job. But yeah, I just like the idea of meeting people and just being able to help other people. So that's the reason what made me actually stick into my field. You have to have a passion for being able to help people.
Any other questions? Oh, okay. I think that's good. It is. It seems like a lot of relationship building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Going back to where you started with high school, what were some of the subjects and things that you were interested in that you think kind of helped you determine like, oh, okay, like I am good at the things that I do now? So like as a young person who's like in high school, who's maybe thinking about like, oh, what career should I go into? I don't hear a lot of young people talking about administrative assistants. So like anything like in school, whether it was like writing that you were maybe good at, English, or
I think it had to do with me taking up typing.
mm-hmm.
I love to type, and with that, I always used to go to the doctor's office, and I used to see the receptionist at the
Mm-hmm.
doctor's office, and I'd be like, oh God, I always wanted to just be able to sit down for a living and work without having to always be up on my feet all the time, and just not knowing what was behind the scene, and that taking typing and communication skills classes kind of made me, once I got into that field, made me want to go into administrative assistant.
Any advice for a young person who may be interested in this area?
I would say to anybody that wanted to go into administrative assistant is to be able to have the ability to lead, be able to listen and have the ability to be able to empathize and apologize and do something about something to make that other person be able to be satisfied, but never take it personal, and be able to know that you have the freedom when you're in the field of administration to learn and build and grow on all the areas of the assignments that you have, because they will be able to allow you to get other jobs, not just administrative assistant, because you can go any place else from those skills that you have.
Yep.
And if you have those, people are willing to be able to let you come in, get that job, and be able to let you grow and give you that opportunity to be able to advance. So it's just not just administrative assistant, it's being able to have the abilities to be able to do more from the skills that you've learned.
Yeah. Can you give me an example of a challenging situation that you had with one of the individuals that you had contact with, and how you resolved that? Whether you were able to do that on your own, or if you had the help of others. Like, what did that look like?
Sometimes you get a client and they will get upset because they can't be able to have, or they can't meet, they can't talk to someone at that present time, and they're not available. But if you're willing to be able to sit down with them and listen, because sometimes people really just want you to listen to them, basically. And so I listened to the client because she was really upset. She had a bill that she needed to pay right away. They couldn't be able to get to the accounting department, and after I listened to her and she told me her situation, I happened to call a manager that was over the department, and he was like, sure, just take the check for me and we'll be able to get it signed, and I'll have something out to her the next day. And I resolved the problem without even having to disappoint her or being able to not assist her at all, telling her what I couldn't do. I told her what I could do, and I showed her what I could do as far as being able to go over what I would not done, because I, just looking at the resources that I had and saying, okay, well, let me see if I can call this person for you and tell him the situation that you just told me, and he was able to do it for her.
Do you have a lot of I don't know if do they call them patients at your?
We call them members.
Okay, members.
Mhm.
Do you have like a lot of the same members that you interact with and end up building like a relationship
All the
with?
time.
Okay.
All the time.
Yep.
They call all the time. They know me by name.
Mhm.
And they come up to the desk and they will just, sometimes they just want to talk because they're at
Mhm.
home by themselves, or, they just want somebody to listen to them. So,
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
like part of your family once they know you.
So I'm thinking back to the story that you told. You ended up building probably a good rapport with
Almost
that
definitely.
member
Yeah,
because going that extra mile for them.
most definitely.
Okay, sounds good. Um, I don't know if you can answer this, but do you have an idea of like the range in salary, or is it hourly that you get paid?
Um, it all depends on your skills,
Mm-hmm.
and the company that you're working for. Some people that are not skilled, they can start out at $12 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then some people that are in the medium range can start out at $18 an hour, and then some that are advanced can start out at $30 an hour. So, administrative assistants can make pretty decent money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really good starting point to want to grow
Yeah.
in a company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you have the skills and the ability, $30 is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. What is the passion, interest that drives you to keep in this career? I know that we may have already covered that a little bit, but.
Um, just just covering it is more mainly, like you said, building the relationship with the members. I build relationships with the
Mhm.
patients, or the members, I should say, that I've met,
Mhm.
because they are some awesome patients. I don't know how they were back in their younger days, but they're so funny and they're lively, and they come to the center and they look forward. It's like they cheer you up,
Yeah.
So that's basically, helping the members
Mhm.
that I've come across
Has
throughout the years.
has some of their needs um, differ from, because you say you've been in this career for 11 years, so now we are in a pandemic, and which I'm sure has really hit the elderly population. Have you seen those needs change, and what have you've had to do in order to kind of adjust to what's going on with the times?
Um, I think with the pandemic, a lot has changed.
Mm-hmm.
The members have become a little bit more frightened
Mm-hmm.
of the COVID, and wanting to be more healthier and safer, by getting shots, and
Yeah.
um, I just think that, with that being said, it's, we have people working from home, and we have some people
Mhm.
that are still coming into the office, and it's kind of limited
Mm.
the care, because I think the members need more,
Yep.
care of coming in versus being at home, and they're not, our caregivers are not really going out as much as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of really, with them being at home, it makes them need more of a need.
And for you, have you gotten support in like through what's going on too, as far as um, have they talked to you about like how you may have to readjust what you're doing?
No, well, yes, I can't say that, but
Mm-hmm.
we've readjusted, because we don't have any members that come into our
Okay.
facility now,
Okay.
and we have limited staff that comes
Mhm.
in. There's only a certain amount of people that can be in our building,
Mm-hmm.
so we've adjusted somewhat, where we are, and now our company, we have to have everyone have to have the shot unless they have a medical condition or unless it's a religious restriction.
Yeah.
So it's been a multiple change.
Yeah, because I'm guessing you're used to having the members in
Our facility, but now there's a limited amount of those that can come in. You know, it can't be a full flow of people like they once had.
And as far as like the positions for administrative assistants, because you said it's you and then 4 others, have you noticed a change with the pandemic, like with keeping, or I guess my question is there more of a need,
No.
Okay,
No.
you haven't noticed that.
No, I haven't noticed that.
Okay. All right. Well, we're at the 31-minute point. Anything else that we haven't covered already that you would like to say or let our young people know?
I would like to ask a question.
Yeah.
Would administrative assistant be something that you would want to do?
It would be interesting, but the major I picked for college is criminal justice.
And when I was younger, that's what I wanted to do, was criminal justice. So I wouldn't have never thought I'd have been an administrative assistant or working in the health field.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer in my lifetime. Yeah.
But I mean, there are people who work in your field in all different areas. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. So I mean, we do have safety. So you know, you're working with the police and the law. So we do have a chief officer that's in our company. So it you know, there's various ways that you can get around. You know, but now I want to become a therapist. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking forward to going back to school in January and taking up psychology.
Nice. Do you think that the work that you've been doing all this time, what has led you to that career change?
When I was in college, when I very first got out and I started going to college before I had my daughter, a counselor looked at all of my psychology classes that I took, and he said, you really might not be in the right field. And he said, you should really try to think about that. And for years I just never did.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I have a passion for wanting to be able to, because I have so many people that always want to talk to me and tell me their problems. So I'm like, you know what, when I finish my degree, I have a couch for you.
Yeah, and I've been hearing about the amount of empathy and connection that you make with people. So to me, it makes sense that you are now looking to
go into psychology.
Yeah. So kind of just allowing people to understand, like, you may start off in one area and like
you can grow.
Yeah, you can grow and really gain those skills to lead you to something else.
Better.
Yeah, it all is relevant.
Yeah, it's like a stair step.
Yep. Okay, Fumika. Well, thank you so much today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate our young person here in our audience, and everyone take care.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.